Hey, what's up everybody? I'm walking down Rue Jean Talon and I'm heading to a restaurant called Jiep Jiep, which I'm really excited about because the chef owner is self-taught, relatively unknown, but word of mouth is that she's doing some really incredible things. The menu is always changing and it should be super interesting. I'm really excited to try out the food.
Yes,
nothing is out of bounds. And you're doing everything from your restaurant here, it sounds like nothing is off limits.
Yes,
nothing is out of bounds. And you're doing everything from gyoza to bibimbap to shakshuka to granola.
Granola, we did that once.
So explain to me how you get from here to there in such like a big way.
So I never really learned how to make Chinese food properly because we moved to Vancouver when I was like 13. And my family moved there and then they just left. Like they bought the house, they bought the car. They actually bought the house before they saw it and they just left in 2 weeks. And
What does that mean they left?
they just went back to Hong Kong. You have to take the situation and
So
try
you just
to
went to
enjoy
school
it,
by yourself and
Went to
then you
school.
cook for yourself.
I have to, yeah.
So then is that the beginning of your cooking education?
Yes, because like at home when we were in Hong Kong, my mom would never let me cook, never. So like it was fascinating to go to like a supermarket, to store, to see things I don't know and ask about it, and then just go home and make it. Like had yogurt for the first time. I was like, oh my god, yogurt! You know, I was really excited. I had yogurt for the first time, and just like experimenting and everything. Like
So this is just like an experimentation lab
Yeah.
for you. This is that's essentially what this
didn't
is.
go to med school,
You're
so let's just move this like the lab around inside the kitchen.
I'm gonna get into the japchae, which I like. I'm gonna have some of this kimchi. Got a nice, fiery, fishy kick. Glass noodles, cellophane noodles. These are gonna be made with like a mung bean starch, potato starch. It has that nice chewiness, which is so pleasurable. Let's go 6,000 miles west to Poland, where we have pierogi. And I think these are kimchi pierogi. So this is gonna be a Asian twist on what is like classic Polish comfort food. Generally filled with potato. I'm gonna put a little bit of sour cream on it. That's gonna give it sort of a coolness, sort of a sourness that's going to counterbalance the starch, the fat, the carbs, that is basically what this is. I'm just smelling like butter and onions and leeks. We've got that sour funk fermentation from the kimchi that's sort of imposed on the sweet potato filling that is in the pierogi. So I think this is actually really nice. It's an interesting twist on this traditional Eastern European dish. Shakshuka. Now we're going south. We're going to a totally different continent. We were in Asia, then we went to Europe, and now we're having shakshuka, which is a dish that one would associate with Tunisia or Libya in North Africa. This is gonna be a spiced stewed tomato egg dish. And this is interesting. The shakshukas that I've had have been stewy soupy. This is sort of like more of a dip. The flavor is good. Tomato, onion. I definitely have the essence of that shakshuka, but this is gonna be a different shakshuka than the kind of shakshuka that maybe you've typically had, where it's like really liquidy tomato eggs. This comes with some Japanese eggplant, and that's super tasty. I really like the texture of that. Let's travel again, shall we? We went to Poland, North Africa, and now we're gonna go back to Korea for some bibimbap. You can see the different vegetables, you can see the mushrooms, see the onions, you can see the choy, you can see the egg. This is good. Here, the flavor is imparted mostly from that kimchi. The kimchi is really nice. Shammy said she started doing her own fermentation. The gochujang is nice. You can taste it on the pieces of chicken. Tastes like they've been braised or glazed with that fermented spicy sauce. I really like bibimbap as a dish. It's like a complete meal. So you have your starch, you have your vegetable, you have your sauce, you have your spice, your acid from the fermentation from the kimchi, and then you've got the egg in there as well, which literally and figuratively sort of ties things together and sort of gives it a little bit of groundedness. A lot of times this conversation comes forth in restaurants under discussions about cultural appropriation and who can cook what kinds of food. It's interesting here because we have a Chinese woman who's cooking food that does not belong to her culture. And it is frankly bullshit that anyone would ever tell her that she cannot cook whatever she wants. So let's just put that aside right now is like nonsense and invalid, because it is. Because she can cook whatever she wants. And I think it's actually kind of cool that she's so far out there, like coloring so far outside the lines that it's like not even, it's like, what is this? Like pierogi, that's completely unexpected. So for those reasons, I'm really happy to be here. And I'm a supporter, and I think what she's doing is really cool and really fun, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Dining on a Dime from Jiep Jiep restaurant in Montreal, Canada. If you'd like to watch more, please click here.